Peer pressure is the control or influence people your age may have over you. It can be through how you act or getting you to do something. Everyone deals with peer pressure from young children to adults. Your peers can have a great impact on what you think, feel, say, and do. The way you respond can have an impact on the decisions you make and your overall health. There are two types of peer pressure. Positive peer pressure is when your peers push you to do the right thing, which often leads to something good. Negative peer pressure is when your peers push you to do the wrong thing and often leads to something dangerous or risky. Positive peer pressure is often seen as a form of encouragement. An example is when your peers are committed to doing well in school or at a sport and they influence you to do the same. It could also be if you feel inspired by what others have or have not done. The effects include a sense of belonging and support, increased self-confidence, introduction to positive hobbies and interests, and reinforcement of the positive habits and attitudes. Negative peer pressure is when your peers make you believe something or take part in a behavior that turns out negative. This could be doing something you are uncomfortable with, something you aren't ready to do, or taking a dangerous risk, which can lead to a bad decision. Examples of this are skipping class, bullying, trying cigarettes, drugs, or alcohol, lying to your parents, or stealing from a store. Negative effects can include pressure to use alcohol, cigarettes, or other drugs, pressure to engage in risk-taking behaviors, distraction from schoolwork, distance between family and existing friends, and drastic changes in behavior and attitudes. One form of negative peer pressure is spoken. This is something like an insult, reasoning, or rejection. An example is, just taste it, you'll like it. The other form of negative peer pressure is unspoken, like seeing a substance or someone doing a gesture. An example of this is someone trying to hand you a beer without actually saying anything. Some people feel the need to conform in order to be liked because they want to fit in, because they worry they will lose friends over it, or because they worry that the other kids might make fun of them if they don't go along with the group. This also comes off of the idea that everyone is doing it, so I must do it. This makes some people leave their better judgment or their common sense behind. There are many ways to resist peer pressure. You can say what you think and feel, you can reverse the pressure, you can avoid these peer groups, you can learn to say no, you can walk away, you can stick up for your decision, you can be assertive. You can also talk to a trusted adult. Just remember, if a situation doesn't feel right, then it probably isn't. So make sure you use one of the ways of saying no, and don't feel obligated like you have to say yes. It also can help to have one friend with you to lessen the power of the peer pressure. You could also plan ahead of time in case you are involved in one of these situations. You can also arrange a bailout code with your parents so that you're always prepared and they can pick you up at any time. You can use the traffic light system when making a decision. Stop. How are you feeling? Do you feel safe, comfortable, and certain about the request? Think. What are your options? What are the consequences of this option? Go. Make the choice that makes you feel safest, happiest, and calmest. Try and remember that you are in control and you have a choice. So get inspired by positive peer pressure and don't get influenced by negative peer pressure. Wrong is wrong even if everyone is doing it. Right is right even if no one is doing it.